Welcome to Pax Europiana here in front of the Austrian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I just made my press conference for Austrian NATO accession here at one of the press centers close to the ministry, and it was a very interesting experience, and I have it all online and it was in German language, but I would like to also repeat some of the arguments here in English and also say thank you very much for all the international support. Because, as you know, I'm calling for America, the United States of America, Great Britain and France to cancel the Austrian State Treaty and invite Austria towards NATO. I call for the Austrian political parties to make a resolution to abolish the Austrian Neutrality Treaty, and that's the law on which neutrality is based, and also then to join NATO together with Kosovo and Bosnia together in 2023 and 4. This is the next step for Austria to be a full member of the Western world and to really have also this journey of Western integration, of freedom, which was begun in 55 or in 45 already with the liberation, in 55 with the neutrality and the deoccupation, and then of course with the EU entry. The fourth step is 95. The fourth step is then the NATO membership. Then we are a full sovereign nation which can decide in full awareness of the responsibilities to be a full member in the solidarity community which is called NATO. And we can also contribute to security in Europe and not just consume it. And that's the next step. There was some pushback at the press conference by some of the left-wing journalists or activists. Yeah? Obviously, that's not the most popular topic in Austria. And obviously, there are some people who believe in a European defense against whatever NATO, outside of NATO. I strongly oppose all these things. Yeah? We have seen in the NATO situation in the history that NATO really works. It is now working since '49 and it's really successful. Nobody has ever dared to attack NATO because we are ready to defend each other. And obviously it's now, when you look back at the situation of the war in Ukraine, and now after half a year you can assess it, you see that only America, NATO are able actors, and they can really contribute and help when you are in a defensive situation, when you are attacked. And actually America and NATO should have done much more. I didn't go into that details in that respect now in the press conference, but I covered 1 hour of activity and I think it was very good. There was also one television channel, one private television channel, Pulse 24. I'm very grateful for them to come. And there is of course my YouTube channel. Of course it is not a broad media attention, but I attracted at least some support and some coverage. I hope will be resulting in that one, and I'm very much looking forward to receiving more signatures for this public petition for the Volksbegehren. We have now 549. It's not a massive movement, but it will be gradually. Next Thursday I will do one press conference in Linz where I will discuss again about NATO, and then gradually I will go to all the regional capitals and I will cover this step by step, and I will do this tour for NATO membership, and ultimately I have no doubt we will join NATO. It might take some time, but ultimately, as I have said, it's only 3% of neutrals left in the EU, and so the EU will join NATO. It will be Ukraine join NATO, Kosovo will join NATO, Bosnia will join NATO. We will be a lot of countries, 42 ultimately with the EU, and also Ireland, Malta, Cyprus. All these countries will come in, and also Austria will find the way into the safe harbor of our security alliance, and I will be very, very happy about that I made a contribution for that one, and that's really wonderful. I call also, you know, there's Austrian flags are now half because of the funeral of the Queen. But also for Israel, they put the flags up, that was very good. But for Ukraine, Mr. Schallenberg, the great neutralist, has not put any flag up there. He is a very shameful neutralist, and I oppose him absolutely. He should resign, and all these things I said now in TV will hopefully lead to his resignation, because I hope he will ultimately try to repent all his sins. In the last year he did do so little for Ukraine, he blocked so much in the EU, and that's exactly the problem, because Austria is a kind of a Trojan horse in the EU for Russia and all this Russian influence. This has really been very dramatically escalating in the last years, and it has to be reduced. And NATO membership, the reform of the security services, the reform of the Austrian military, all this is very necessary for the coming weeks and months, and it will come. Good. It was a first step. There will be more in the coming weeks. Follow me on my podcasts and follow me on my YouTube channel, and thanks a lot for your attention. And please sign this Austrian petition, and please invite Austria to join NATO. And wherever you are, whenever you meet an Austrian, ask him why they are so anti-Ukrainian, why they are in the Russian service, why they are not in NATO, why they think that Slovakia must pay and secure our security. Ask the Austrians, challenge them. Yeah? If you have an Austrian friend, acquaintance on YouTube or whatever, on Twitter or personally, ask everybody, because there is no single reason why Austria should stay neutral as a EU member now in 2022, and there is no argument for that one. And challenge everybody and ask them to join, because it's the right thing to do. Thanks a lot, all the best, bye.